Hello everyone, let's continue with our chapter number 4, which was problems of economy, right? And in the last video we have done few topics that were resources, that were what are the problems, basic problems or basic questions that an economy has when it's leading for any development or any growth. Then we did types of resources. We had two types of resources we have, that is natural and man-made. In the natural also we categorize the resources as biotic and abiotic, then renewable and non-renewable, and limited and unlimited resources, right? And in the man-made resources we categorize them not into a particular category, but we had structures, we had material, we have different categories were there, right? So we did that, and I also gave you a brief of the central problems, the main central problems that an economy has. So in this video, in this session, we will continue with those central problems that we did in brief last. So moving on and continuing with the topic, we did few central problems. I told you in the last video that the first central problem of an economy is what to produce, right? Is what to produce. What to produce means that whenever you are into an economic process for development or for any growth, your first question has to be what to produce. That what is the what is the substance, or what is the material, what are the elements, what are the components that you are going to transform or you are going to manufacture into something productive or into something useful, right? So it should be that what you should produce. What is that thing that you should make? What is that thing that you should put in your efforts? So the problem of what to produce has two parts. The first part deals with what is to be produced and what is not to be produced under given circumstances. The second part is related to the quantity of goods to be produced. Thus, economic planners have to decide as to how much quantity a particular commodity needs to be produced to fulfill the requirements of people during a certain time period. Like I told you that it is very important for an economist to know that what quantity he should produce. What is the quantity that he should produce and what are those things that he should not produce? So this is the first question, and this is a very main and basic question which a person who is starting with something, who is starting with any manufacturing process or with any production process needs to know. Then second is, over here it will come your quantity, alright? Quantity. Next is how to produce. How to produce. The problem of how to produce is related to the allocation of resources and selecting the technique of production. Over here, your technique will come. Okay, your tools and techniques. Okay, the tools and your techniques will come, that what are the tools that you should adopt and what are the techniques that you should follow. So over here, how to produce simplifies that it is the process or it is the techniques and it is the methods that should be used after you get the answer of what to produce, right? It means that it is related to the allocation of resources and selecting the technique of production. Most of the goods can be produced by employing different methods of production and by using various combinations of capital and labor. So it basically means that it is the tools and it is the techniques, it is a method that you should adopt for any production process or for any manufacturing process. Next comes your question is For whom? Right? For whom? Now see, when you know that these two questions, you know, like example, my question is that I want to shoot a video, right? My first question will be what to produce. If I'm shooting a video, then what should I shoot in that? What should be the topic? Okay, if I get the answer that this should be the topic. Second is how to do that. How to do that means how am I going to do that? I need a setup, I need everything. Okay, I need a mobile phone, I need a cell phone, I need a camera, good quality camera. So this is what the second question was, that how to produce. Now when I have the answers of both these questions, that what to produce and how to produce, third and the last main important question has to be that for whom to produce. For whom? If I'm making a video on supposedly these types of economies, and if I give it to a second class person, he or she might not be able to get the topic because it is not related to that person. So for whom to produce, it should be clear in the head that for whom I should make the videos, for whom I should record the classes, because it is very important that which target I am hitting, what are the class that I am hitting. So the third question has to be for whom to produce, means that it is related to distribution of national product among the members of the community. The problem during the distribution of the national product involves two aspects, that is determining the relative size of the shares which an individual has to receive and ascertaining the kinds and quantities. Now over here it will come your population or number of people. Okay, population or number of people, right? Or number of people, that for whom are you making something, for whom are you producing something. So these are the three basic problems, these are the three central problems of an economy, that what to produce, what are the things that should be produced. Over here quantity is the center, that it is the quantity, that what quantity are you producing. Then we have is how to produce, how to make that, how to produce that quantity, what should be the tool and what should be the techniques that you are using. Then for whom to produce, for whom are you producing it, who is your target, what is the class that you are hitting on, what is the class that you are targeting on. So over here population or number of people comes, right? So these were the central problems, these were the three central problems of the economy. Now next we move on to the last topic of this chapter, which is that with this there are some certain additional problems of the economy as well, right? With the central basic problems we have some additional problems also. So of economy, right, we have some additional problems also of the economy. So first is efficient use of resources. Efficient use of resources. See, having decided what and how the goods are to be produced and distributed, a natural question arises: is production and distribution of good efficient? In this economic sense, the production is considered to be efficient when the resources are utilized in such a way that any kind of reallocation of resources is impossible for increasing the production of goods without decreasing the production of the goods. Similarly, the distribution of national product would be called efficient if it is possible to make redistribution of goods which can make any person better off without making even one person worse off. See, it's in simple language, efficient use of resources means that it is very important that you should use the resources in the best possible manner so that they are not left unused, they are not left for the use of any other thing, right? Even if they are used for the other thing, they should be used for the first thing in the best possible manner. You should not waste the resources. The resources should not go waste. They should be utilized in such a manner that each and every drop of that resources is extracted from that and is used in the production process. So efficient use of resources is very, very important. And we should use these resources in very efficient manner because the resources are limited and they should be used in the proper manner, keeping the next generation into consideration. Second is fuller utilization of resources. Fuller utilization of resources. Fuller utilization of resources means that this is the problem of employment of resources. Employment of resources means that whatever resources we have around us, we should utilize them fully. We should utilize them fully. Since the most of resources available in economy are scarce and insufficient, it is undesirable to leave some resources idle and unemployed. We should not use the resources idle and unemployed. Means that already we have such resources which are very limited, which is limited in number, right? So therefore it is our duty that we should not leave those resources go waste idly unemployed. Right? If we have people also, if we have mass number of people also, then we should make our level best. That we are employing those resources, because they are also resources, that we are employing those resources into something productive and in the best manner. And then the last one is economic growth and its maintenance. Economic growth and its maintenance. See, it is very important that we should have economic growth. It is very important that we should target on economic growth. Now, once we have achieved economic growth, or once we have started leading and heading towards economic growth, it is very important for us to maintain it even. So, maintaining the productive capacity of an economy, keeping in view the constantly increasing population of the nation, maintaining the productive power of the nation in view of the depreciation of capital stock. Okay, let's just leave that. This is way too much for you. It is simply that we should target on economic growth by giving employment opportunities, by increasing the job opportunities, by increasing the efficient use of resources, by employing the resources into efficient and full utilization method. And by this, gradually, slowly but gradually, we'll start heading towards economic growth. Now, once we have economic growth, it is very important to maintain that, right? Like once you have reached to class 9, then it is very important for you to grow, because if you will not, then you will remain over here only. So, growth is important, and more than growth, maintenance of that growth is important. So, these are a few additional problems of an economy, which were efficient use of resources, that it is very important that we should use the resources in the best efficient manner. Fuller utilization of resources, full utilization should be there. It should not be that you have extracted half of the product from the resources and you have left the remaining one. No, it should not be that. You should extract each and every drop, single drop from whatever resources you are using. And then the last is economic growth and its maintenance. Economic growth is important, and more than that, its maintenance is important. So it depends on us that we should use these resources in the best possible manner. Plus, we should not let these resources go waste, idle, unemployed. And third, we should join hands for economic growth, and also we should cooperate with each other to maintain that economic growth. Okay, with this, we finish with this chapter. And I hope that this was clear to you. And I'll catch you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.